Hello and welcome, my Aries friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you for spending time today with me and watching my video. This is a very special reading. This is a reading for the harvest full moon. However, this year, the harvest full moon lands on Friday the 13th. Now, this does not happen very often. The next time it's going to happen is in 2046, so it's a very rare occasion. So the harvest moon identifies that we've hit the peak of our current harvest season. While Friday the 13th traditionally signified a day of worship for the goddess. In current times, it is very much a different story. Friday the 13th is surrounded with fear and bad luck. We're not going to focus on that. We're going to focus in on the traditional celebration and worship of the goddess. And what we're going to highlight is the abundance and fertility surrounding the goddess and Friday the 13th. This reading is going to highlight what abundance that you're going to create and manifest in your life. The deck I'm using for this reading is the Tarot of the Haunted House, which was created by Sasha Graham and Mirko Periferiki. I'm probably saying that wrong and I really apologize. I chose this deck to kind of satiate that fear-based mongering that's around Friday the 13th. I will end off the session with an oracle blessing by the Enchanted Oracle, which was created by Barbara Moore. Like always, I will have links below to both these decks so you can go check them out if you'd like. Alright, my Aries friends, let's see what the full moon has in store for you. Alright. What card jumps out for you? Highlights the full moon for my Aries friends. And that's the Knight of Cups. What a beautiful card. So the Knight of Cups, Knights are that adolescent energy that, that go big or go home, no fear energy. While the Cups are associated with your emotions and your intuition. Many times this card is known also as the Prince Charming or the White Knight because he's dealing with love and feelings. Here I'm getting more that this is a card that is embracing your energies and your gifts. How he's very much enclosed. He's holding a dove in his hands. I'm really feeling that this is not so much about a Prince Charming rather than a protector or a protective energy to help you grow within this harvest moon. Alright. See what else the harvest moon would like to share with us. Oh, you got another jumper? The harvest moon has a lot to say for my Aries friends. Geez, we've got cards flying everywhere, guys. Okay, so let's start off with one of these jumpers. I have half the deck here, guys. The next card is the Four of Swords. Fours are a stable foundational number, while swords are all about the truth and knowledge. Four of Swords historically is a rest card. However, next to the Knight, I'm getting more that we need to come out. Actually, if you look at this, it's kind of funny. The boogeyman is coming out from underneath the bed to grab the girl. I'm really getting that, Aries, you need to come out. Your gifts and your abilities need to really flourish. It's time to get out of that rest period. That you need to get going on things. The next card that jumped out is the Five of Swords. Fives are more of a conflictual number. They're about that challenge and conflict. Swords are about truth and knowledge. There's a lot of information and there's a lot of conflicting values coming out, especially around this harvest moon. Friday the 13th is freaking people out. The energies are all over the place. So you're going to need to fight for what you believe in. This Knight is going to help you fight for that ability to let your gifts and talents come out. And these aren't gifts and talents you're using a lot of. This is something that you've been hiding and storing right in your heart, right in that gut area. Alright, the next card that jumped was the World. This is the 21st card in the Major Arcana, and it talks about change. And it talks about beginnings and endings. So that's very much what the foundation here is there's going to be a shift for you, Aries. You're going to have to not only embrace this piece here, you're going to have to take that energy and really kind of open the doors. You need to start allowing that out. There's one thing about having to protect and be able to defend ourselves. However, it's another that you need to actually stand up and show people. Really bring this to the forefront. It's really going to be important for you to be able to stand up and get that recognition. Get people to start understanding what's going on for you. That's going to be an important piece. The next card that jumped out was the Lovers. And this is very much what it is that supportive environment that is going to help you move forward. That those important people are going to be there for you while you're doing this journey. You don't have to do this alone. Sometimes you're going to feel like you're alone or isolated. However, it is about recognizing that there are other people there, that you're not alone, and you don't have to do this alone. This is not an isolated journey. This is really about you taking that gift and pushing it forward. Pushing yourself in a way you've never done before, which is really scary, which also brings out basically our claws or our knives, because we're afraid. When we become afraid, that's going to be important to tap in to the Lovers, to that positive, loving, nurturing energy that's in our environment and with us. Now, that necessarily may not be an actual lover. It's more that loving, nurturing energy that you need to pick up on when we're feeling a little bit out of sorts and our ego is really taking hold of us. Okay. So let's look at what's going to challenge you. This is yet another jumper. Like I said, you guys took half the deck, I think. It's the Ace of Swords. It's not going to be just one piece that you need to take forward. It's a bunch of things, little things that you've kind of carried forward. Don't get bogged down on just one thing. There's a lot of aspects to this. I keep just seeing like petals floating in the wind. That's going to be how it feels, is that very much kind of whirlwind effect for you. Don't focus on it. Don't literally cut yourself at the wrist by allowing just one idea to come forward. Allow it to flow. They will knit together for you. Okay, so you have some bonus cards here. This is the Seven of Cups. Sevens are that challenge and struggle. Cups are about intuition and emotion. Things are going to be clouded for you. This isn't going to, like I said, not only is it going to be a process and you're going to have to be able to fight for yourselves, but there's going to be a lot of uncertainty and mystery in this. There is a veil across this, which is going to challenge you even more. Your ego is, like I said before, going to stand up and say, oh, this is scary, this is new, I'm not sure I like this. And it's really going to skewer what you need to do. Which, standing up and getting support from other people will help that kind of ambiguity that you're going to be looking at. And the final card that jumped out with everything else was the Nine of Swords. Nines are an ending or a compromise. Swords are about truth and knowledge. This is known as the Depression card. And this is more of a warning to be careful that you don't push yourself into a corner because you're not allowing this to unfold. It's really easy to allow those fears and anxieties to take a hold of you and not push yourself hard enough. Not allow yourself to be truly seen. You need to be able to stand up for yourself, right? We've got lots of knowledge base. We've got lots of swords here. So there's a lot of knowledge here that needs to come out. That ability to clearly tell people what you need and what you are going to give will help. However, if you don't, that's when you're going to feel lost and you're going to regret not truly grasping the energy that the full moon and the goddess are going to bestow upon you. Really take it by its horns and really enjoy this. This isn't something that should be feared. This is something that should be embraced and really nurtured. There's lots of gifts that we have that we keep to ourselves because we're afraid. And really that's the overall meaning. Getting over that fear, overcoming that ego, and taking our knowledge, taking our gifts, taking our abilities, and taking them forward. There's a lot of taking here. All right. I know that the cards all kind of jumped out. I didn't even get to ask the questions. They just all decided that Aries really needs to know these cards. Let's look at what your shadow self wants to say. And we have yet another sword, the Knight of Swords. So the Knights, like I said, is that adolescent no fear energy, and you're really going to need that. You're really going to need that ability to harvest that energy to go forward, because the ego will step in. When you start to share those pieces that are a little bit more sensitive, a little bit more unsure, then we start to really clamp down on our ego. Our ego is easier to hear than our higher vibrational beings that we're listening to. Okay, let's end this off with a blessing. Again, that one jumped out. Okay, this is the first reading I've done where all my cards decided to jump out and say hi. It's a beautiful card. Jewel of the Sea. Don't forget your intuition. Allow that to really guide you. Allow that to really embrace and push you forward. Don't be afraid for what your intuition and higher self is trying to tell you. You've got this. You've got the knowledge. You've got the abilities. Now you have the energy. Twice over. For those who wish, you can pause the video here and reflect on the cards. This is a group reading. However, everyone has intuition and can gain guidance from the cards. What further information do they want to share with you? Now, I know this is a group reading, so if you are looking for something a little bit more personalized, you can follow the link below and connect with me for a private reading, and we can go in depth into a private session regarding this matter or any topic that you need more information on. That said, I hope you found this video helpful and that you were able to gain some direction for this full moon. I want to thank you again for spending time with me today and watching this video. I will continue to create videos for my zodiac friends in the upcoming weeks. If you have any suggestions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. I'm always up for feedback from my friends. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. You never know where I'm going to go next, and I'd hate for you to miss a video. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page with many tiers and lots of perks. Some of those perks and a few of those tiers are private readings with myself. I've provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out. Until tomorrow, my Aries friends.